Hello, great people. These are not the best of times for the Tinubu family, as every prominent member of the family have been facing one public backlash or the other. And it is now the turn of no other than the First Lady Remi Tinubu. The First Lady was in Delta State School of Nursing, Agbo in Delta State, and she was roundly rejected by the student. When the MC sang a song that relates to motherhood, the student roundly rejected her as their mother. In the moment, I'll leave you to watch the video of what transpired in the School of Nursing, Agbo, Delta State. Then when we come back, we'll be dissecting the associated issues. We'll be looking at why is Remi Tinubu rejected? What are the sins of Remi Tinubu? What is how is the action and the governance of President Bola Tinubu affecting the public rating, public personnel, and acceptance of Remi Tinubu? Does this have any implication on the president? Is it a consequence of the action of the president? We'll be looking at this and a whole lot more with your short blog, Dr. Moshola. Let us go and watch the video of what transpired in Agbo, Delta State. Then we come back for some great discussion. Let's watch it.
Now my mama believe so, we not get another one. Now my mama believe so, we not get another one. Only Remi Tinubu. Now my mama believe so, we not get another one. Now our mama be this so we no get another one. Now our mama be this so we no get another one. Only Remi Tinubu, Mama Nigeria.
There you have it. You just watched the round rejection of the First Lady Remi Tinubu by the student of the School of Nursing in Agbo, Delta State. Do you agree, by virtue of being a First Lady, that Remi Tinubu is also your mother as well? Or you are rejecting her? I look forward to your comment in the comment section. And if you are yet to subscribe, tell who needs to know that this is the channel to be, and do well to subscribe and turn on your notification button. The first thing we need to look at is that should the presidency of Bola Tinubu, should they be concerned? Then should Bola Tinubu himself be concerned? Well, I can tell you that the presidency should be concerned, and also the Tinubu family, who would be the greatest loser at the end of the day if Bola Tinubu is being voted out of office. They should be concerned, because if you look at it very well, everything that concerns the Tinubu presidency lately have received one backlash or the other, and I'll give you instances in that regard. First, the Sheyi Tinubu controversy, where he said, oh, they keep coming for my father. My father is the greatest president, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. That has received a lot of public backlash. People are making, videos about it, and they are, all in insult at Sheyi Tinubu. They are roundly rejecting Bola Tinubu. That, no, it's not our father. Even, I had to laugh when somebody said, well, my father is a bricklayer and I'm proud of him. Please hold your father. Let me hold my father. And things that pertains to the Tinubu presidency have received public backlash. The statement of the Tinubu is still receiving backlash till now. Then the president in the 30 days Rant challenge have been receiving series of backlash from all over the social media. So now it is the turn of Remi Tinubu, and that's why I said, should anybody be concerned in the Tinubu family? Of course, yes, they should. If it were to be just an occasional backlash that everything is going on with the Tinubu presidency, this is just one of such occasions, then the Tinubu presidency would have nothing to worry about. But then they should be careful of the bandwagon effect, in the sense that since Sheyi Tinubu is receiving public backlash, the Tinubu is receiving his own in the 30 days Rant challenge. Definitely, anything that has to do with the Tinubu presidency may be receiving backlash. People may kind of like tap into that particular momentum and be giving them backlash at any given opportunity. And if you look at it very well, the presidency should be concerned, because there seems to be apparently a national rejection of the Tinubu presidency. There seems to be a national rejection. And if you look at it well, if the 30 days Rant challenge, for instance, the North, the South, the East, the West, everybody across Nigeria, whether you are Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, people are participating in it. There's no ethnic coloration, there's no ethnic division, there's no religious sentiment. People are crying out about their demand. And perhaps the reason why Remi Tinubu received this public backlash is because not much is being seen from our end. Not much is being seen from our end in terms of assisting the president to bring succor to the people. And if you look at the action of Remi Tinubu, when she became the first lady, her major action has been mainly two things, which is number one, the Ashwebi that when she said she went to Zimbabwe and she saw the national fabric and she thought that, oh, this will be good for Nigeria. So she kind of like facilitate how Nigeria will have a national fabric. She brought the national fabric to Nigeria, designed it, and she received the backlash that at this point in time, when your husband is removing the subsidy on everything possible, in fact, if it was government that was giving people oxygen, your husband would have removed the subsidy and people would have just been dying like fowl. So at that point in time, she received that backlash that of all the things that is concerning Nigeria now, why is it Ashwebi? So you did not go to New York and see the kind of development that is there. You did not go to London and see the kind of rail system that is there. You did not go to Canada and see the kind of educational system that is there. But you went to Zimbabwe. You saw the national fabric. You are bringing it to Nigeria, a disunited Nigeria that, the North doesn't like the South, the East, is careful of the West. You now decided to bring a national fabric, and that itself received public backlash. Another thing that may have brought this public backlash to the first lady is the subtle or kind of like indirect condemnation of Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. You will recall that the first lady granted a press conference. The first lady addressed the press, apology. She didn't grant a press conference. She addressed the press when she visited the state, and I think it was during the International Women's celebration. And she praised the women. And she was confronted by the press that, okay, this Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan issue, and she said that the Senate knows the right things to do. The Senate is doing the right thing. It is an honor to serve in the Senate, bala blue, bulaba, and all that, So people saw it that she wasn't on the side of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, and people were looking at it that you are a woman. You are a mother. Natasha could pass or could almost pass as your daughter. Is this all you have to say as regards the sexual harassment and the alleged persecution that she is facing in the Senate for speaking up against harassment? So that public backlash may be one of the things that is affecting the First Lady. Another thing is the obnoxious policy of the Tinubu administration, which I would explain to you. You see, Bola Tinubu has been acting and damning the consequence. And I said it at the beginning of this administration that Bola Tinubu should not fail to realize that he is in the honeymoon period. The honeymoon period is that when you just come into power and people are a little bit, skeptical about you, they are observing you that will any good thing come out of this man? Will this man, okay, let's give him the grace to kind of like, have some policy shifts, policy direction, see what comes out of it. But now the honeymoon period is over and Nigerians are languishing in anguish and they are beginning to speak up. And in the midst of all this, they've not seen the First Lady speak out for the people. They've not seen the First Lady advocate for the people. And even that school of nursing, I'm sure that since Bola Tinubu came into power, apparently their school fees may have been increased. So you have an association of ladies that are walloping in abject penury just to make sure that they eventually become a nurse. They are paying. Survival is hard for them. They are not going to that school out of convenience, but out of pain, based on the economic hardship that Bola Tinubu has inflicted on them and their parents. So if they cannot see Bola Tinubu, if they see you, what do you think will happen? Of course, they will roundly reject you, as you have seen in that particular video. So the Tinubu presidency should be very careful, and I think they made a mistake in one particular regard, which is that the Tinubu presidency made this mistake in the sense that naturally, if you look at the 2023 presidential election result, if you mark the vote of Atiku, Kwakwanso, and Peter Obi, it shows that people that want to elect a president, people that line up to elect a president, if you match the vote of these three main opposition together, it shows that those that don't want you in power are more than those that want you in power. So if you are now opportune to emerge as president, you should be careful. Other presidents that are not just taking all this obnoxious policy, remove subsidy on petrol instantly, remove the subsidy on the naira to the dollar, remove the electricity subsidy. Other presidents that are not doing it like that, they know what they are doing. It's not like they don't have confidence. Nigeria have been ruled by a former general, Olusegun Obasanjo, a former major general, Muhammadu Buhari, but they were careful in this regard. But you have been acting, damning the consequence, and you have been thinking that maybe you have the magic wand, not knowing that Nigerians are just being patient to observe you, and now the honeymoon period is over. So what I can say is that the Remi Tinubu should realize that motherhood is earned, and she should begin to act as a true mother. When she begins to act as a true mother, Nigerians too will begin to accept her as their mother. But so far as you are not acting, you are not playing that role of motherhood to Nigeria, don't expect that anybody will accept you as their own mother. And I must not go without saying that I hope these students won't be intimidated for speaking their truth. I hope they won't be intimidated for speaking their reality. I want they won't be victimized by the school management or the presidency for expressing themselves. Remi Tinubu is not their mother. They have stated it. In a democracy, you can protest in the way and manner you deem fit, so far as you don't cause public harm. So this is their own means of protest. Since you can no longer line up on the street to protest, they will go and collect court injunction restricting you to a stadium. So this is the way the people are protesting, and I hope that they won't be victimized by the school authorities who may want to be overzealous to show kind of like loyalty to the presidency. I hope these students won't be victimized for their action, because they have the right to express themselves in a democracy. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politing with Dr. Omosholadeji. Do want to subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos, and of course I have great interesting videos coming your way. Till I see you again, always remember that I love you all sincerely.